Literally no violence or greed or pollution. Antiquated customs from a long-lost evolution. This must be the future, 'cause ain't nobody shooting. But then I awoke. Called from the grave by a sweet serenade. Pogroms in the suburbs, oppression in the glades. Unwittingly, unknowingly, without restitution, you prayed to the god of revolution. And I heard. It's time to stand up for what we believe in. Jews, Gentiles, Christians, and heathens. Don't matter if your odds are evens, but we can't just sit here and pray. Your profile pictures change, but the system stays the same. Ignore the allegory, and inevitably, you're gonna cave. It's time to stand up for what we believe in. Face down your demons and kick their fucking teeth in. Get the nouns and the verbs together and fuck up some commas. Believe in the dream, but prepare for the drama. Steel your nerves and brace for the storm. For only through the struggle is revolution born. No longer complacent, no longer in silence. Today is our day, the day of defiance.
Wow, you could just slam that key. You just get all crazy on that key and just, hello. I don't know if anyone's in chat. How's it going? You probably are. Nice to see you. I'm a power block. My name's Ben. I'm continuing this lovely project called NuRen. You may or may not have heard of it. It's pretty cool. We saw the trailer recently. I like to kick back and listen to music while I work, and force you to do it too if you have this tab open. No, just kidding. This is what I'm working on now. It's this arm thing. This dog in here is just going nuts. Doggin is not unlike NuRen. Here's that arm thing from the concept. Let's move this dude over. So you can see I'm kind of like almost done. I'm working my way down here. We can do this pipe thing today. I think that'll be fun. What is going on? There are invisible people near me. Oh, there are 10 folks here. Hello, 10 folks. Hi, chat. Don't be shy. Talk with me. And I'll talk back. Send me a track. I'm going to actually bring up some, I think I want to do like recent nerdcore group releases. I think that would be fun. What is this? This is the first track that you might have heard when the stream started was from last week. We did dog tracks on Brian Dogboy Burwell's show. Following ADD drumming, which you might be familiar with, we actually had dog tracks, which is tracktacular, at least. I mean, I don't know how well the audio will sync up with my dancing. It's sort of somebody else's thing, which is a term that I love to borrow. But I got a nice little setup going here. I'm gonna be modeling myself. Done. All right, now let's move on to the next thing. This guy in here. Let's get some music up in here. But yeah, check out this guy, DJ Reezy on the Day of Defiance. It's an album that I was mixing on Power Block here. Probably one of the first few streams that I did almost a year ago. It's pretty cool. Check it out on the SoundCloud. I don't know how searchable it is. I can definitely drop a link for you if you did like the sound of that. Or if you didn't like the sound of that, sorry. Let's go to the place where Nerdcore Hip Hop lives and see kind of what's new over here. And I want to just, no, thank you. I don't believe in signing up. They usually have a post that has their monthly releases. I think yesterday I was listening to Crayon Droids. They're pretty good. Let's find maybe a good EP. What is this? DJ Robo Rob. This guy I like a lot, and I think he will actually help us get through the day. So let's go to that guy, DJ Robo Rob and friends. Let's get to the beginning of it. And, you know, we'll start here. Send me a suggestion in the chat, and I will follow it up with a listen and maybe some commentary. So let's get going. Alright. So, not you. I kind of want to make sure I have this knob in place to plug this guy into. Like a underside canister. That's gonna rock just fine. So I have the space for it, but I think I want to put it like right over here. Geometry doesn't look too bad. Really the quickest way to get to that point is, let's take maybe this shape. And I'm gonna reset those transforms to make sure that I can kind of put it toward the orientation of my dreams, right? I don't usually condone Boolean operations, but in the case of this type of attachment, I will make an exception. Let's press 4 to look at wireframe and kind of double check what I'm doing here. If you are hanging out in the chat, if you're lurking with me today, let me know if you have a VR headset. And if this is your kind of thing. I mean, the music is a whole other thing. But the music is a big part of this VR project. A big part of NuRen is really just a live visualization of these tunes to the story of the album. There's probably not going to be gunfights. I was going to start to promise a bunch of weird, like, there are robots, and there's probably also going to be some other kind of thing. Let's make a duplicate of this guy as well, just to save the two. I'm going to do a Boolean operation called a union. And notice how that kind of marries these two things together. The geometry is actually a mess at this point, but I did this step last so that I didn't have a bunch of conflicting Boolean operations, and I can actually now clean this mesh up a little bit. And that'll help a lot. So let's just run with it. I'm feeling very energetic today. How are you? Do. I really like this Robo-Rob guy. He's very versatile. He's very good. Clean up. Check out what that did to our faces down here, right? I'm not digging that. Not a bit. I think actually it might be smarter to edit some of this stuff by hand. That's fine. Do I have wireframe on shaded on? Yeah, I do. Cool. So the short of it is this stuff gotta go. These inside faces, they don't do nothing for me. This stuff, what is this stuff? You can see all kinds of strange stuff that I don't like. I don't like this. That's gone. Deleted. You, out of here. This headset, I always feel like will sell some slap chops. I'm listening. What are you doing? Alright. Yeah, you don't make any sense. We're on the inside of the mesh, trying to get rid of those face polygons that are just too numerous. Too many faces, too little time. Let's see. I kind of like what symmetry is kind of occurring here. This doesn't make any sense, but we might be able to work with it. I can't see the cursor. It's over here. I want to take vector or vertexes from the top face and kind of stick them to the bottom object, like so. You can also connect these components, and that'll help in a minute. But you've seen all of this before. This is nothing new. We're not doing nothing new. Except for NuRen. That's pretty new. I've got DJ Robert Zilla in the background. He's getting ready to do his bi-monthly tour of Disneyland. If you catch him there, give him a high five. Pat him on the butt crack. He likes that. Where is this extreme delay coming from? Maglo? Can somebody explain to me where this sample is from? I need to... There we go. So I want 2 loops maybe? Or I can kind of divide these down. I think maybe connecting would be better. Like that. Just give me control over these faces. I just hurts. You ever have that feeling of pain? Oh, I know what to do. Let's get rid of this guy and that guy. please send us a letter describing how you get hype. What is a spacecraft? What are these words about? Whoa. Oh, okay. This is still clearly not cool with anyone. We will fix this. Probably in a similar fashion. I do not like you. I kind of wanted to do actually this. This button. To go around and connect on the other side. That's a weird sign. You just need to chill. That was dirty. You're listening to the dirty dance rhythms of DJ Robo-Dan. Rob. I'm just kidding. Which you might have seen at quite a few nerdy spots. This guy, this geek, as far as I can tell, he gets out into the world. He's been doing some cool collaborations with the great, I like a lot, Benjamin Briggs. No relation. Look like there's somebody in this chat. Hey, it's Team Ad. What up? I hand wave to you. Our internal delay is very much quick. I mean, long? I don't know. But I'm in the process of eliminating unsightly geometry for the colony. But we can see now that our smoothing groups are a little bit crazy. We haven't quite fixed all of our problems yet. Although T-Mad does have the techno. I might be tuning into that. We did play some of his music I want to say maybe a week or two ago. It's super sweet. Dating advice. I can absolutely provide that. I'm clearly qualified. Someone hacked your Bandcamp account? Oh crap. Dude, that is no fun. It is difficult to secure your internet moniker once you are become a thing. Which you might be well on your way to. Who am I to say? This doesn't look too super good. Looks like I have like a spiral type of thing going on here. And what is this? And who are you? I can't tell whether I'm too loud or not. I'm gonna assume that Mixmaster Robert has narrowed that down to a science here. Our audio is generally pretty good. I don't know what exactly, if you notice any glitches in the system, errors or otherwise, do inquire within. Let us know. And we will try and fix those things. And if we can't fix those things, then we will have at least tried and we can kind of leave it at that. Just saying. Hey! I actually do time all of my vocal pauses to the music. No big. Connect. I want to connect all of these edges to all of those edges. We can kind of negotiate the evenness of that topology in a second. But I do like this kind of pattern of riveting out the sides, or routing out the sides, or something out the out. And I guess the thing is, I just didn't do it on this this thing over here. So we're gonna create that opportunity once again. It's the 1, 2, snap. I think that's the plane I'm in search of. We had a very interesting conversation before the stream today. People in the building. We're basically getting in the habit of having a Southern Belle brawl, where we all put on our worst drawls and scream at each other for about 45 minutes before the stream to get everybody hyped. Seems to work. I highly recommend it. If you want to vent towards somebody but know that they will not take your snark seriously, just turn on an accent that you don't own. You'll be fine. Guess what song I would like to move on to? Who are you? I know you're not just like something. Turn this down a bit. I can barely hear myself think. There are like 4 copies of this thing playing around the building. I can't decide whether I want to drown out my own voice or drown out the... Anyway. Kind of like that division. We can mimic this sort of, kind of. I mean, I guess there is a way to do it pretty spot on. Like so. Amazing technology! Let's just scale these together. Give me the average. I'm not an averageman. Huh? That's cool. I guess we'll let that lie. Let's get rid of this middle guy. Wrong side. Dating advice. Be trusting of the wrong type of person. See how it goes. The more mistakes you make, the more you'll learn in dating. That's my dating advice. One of you... I don't believe that is the actual... Yeah. I don't want to... Do you like Nintendo games? That's my Psycho Mantis impression. Thank you. Thank you. Ah, a song about desperation. It looks like a hair blow dryer had a child with a riveter. Anyway, let's get them smoothing angles together, just so I can apply and close the truth of the matter. Because even so, that's not like the most useful geometry, right? So let's make something out of that. I mean, I like where your head's at. On your shoulders. And, you know, really the trick is you just You sit and read. You sit and look. I'm answering the questions of nobody. Maybe. Who's around? This doesn't make any sense. Chrome? Press Alt X to make a clip of me scratching. You know, because of fleas. Fleas Louise? What? Didn't we already listen to this? No. Alright, so let's see. Who can I listen to that will not get my butt kicked off of the internet? Let's go back to this nerdcore thing. I want to see what's new. I think we listened to Robot Robert before. Here's this dude. Rhymes Against Humanity by MC117. Oh, look. It's like a whole collection. Start from the top. I was planning on listening to this yesterday. I used to do this all the time. Oh? Okay, so we're talking about Mega Man, I think. Can somebody in chat describe to me why it is that nerds put so many words in songs? Does it have to do with the cost of the opportunity to be heard? You have to maximize on syllables per second? I don't know. There's definitely something going on here. I really just want to understand these dudes more. Oh, okay, maybe. If you're Team Ad Blue, I found a lot of people don't know how to speak with instruments and feel obligated to cover up everything. Potentially. I mean, also, I think if you're making music, you know, on your own, right? Like, you're a bedroom producer. You're hobbying it up. Is, you know, hopefully that's where we all kind of start, where we come from. You're probably gonna, like, the first thing is to get over hearing the sound of your own voice. I mean, even for me, especially rapping, gosh, I'm terrible at it. And not only that, I don't sound very convincing, I suppose is the word I'm looking for. Like, I don't think I'm gonna get you to believe in whatever kind of weird thing I'm selling. This sounds like this was from the VPC, the Nerdcore Vocalist Producer Challenge. Featuring MC Escher. I haven't seen that guy in a long time. I'm into that. Wrong button. There we go. Oh, this is cool. This is cool, actually. Alright. Nerds love words. Flippy Monkey, that is probably the case. I like this track a lot. It's a good reference, good throwback. You've got me. You've made a fan out of me, sort of, kind of. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you know me. Oh man. This is great. To think how far the world has come. And geeky references. In context. To a beat, nonetheless. Are these faces connected? Yes, they are. The whole... Hey, and it looks like we've made it. This is MC Escher. Man. Gotta talk to this guy again. I just haven't been producing. I miss the nerdcore people. They kept me afloat in Texas when I was out there in the middle of nowhere. I learned quite a few things. Just kind of where the people are. Great song. Good job, guys. So I'm just gonna do it. Does anyone in the chat listen to what can be considered nerdcore hip hop by any stretch, or just, I mean, I guess geeky music in general, fan-based stuff? I don't really know how to, you know. Poverty Man is quite classic. Is this Oh My? Poverty Man featuring Poverty Man? No. This is great. That's neat. I don't know if I like it. It's going to calculate those faces either way. So I gotta have this kind of close thing. A thing with a thing attached to it, thinging through. My top 5 what? I don't know. Alright. I'm just gonna sit here and mouth breathe. My top 5 nerdcore artists. Oh, that's good. Let's see. I do like. Goodness. I do like Kadesh Flow quite a lot. I mean, I guess that's these kind of. Yeah, I guess we'll stick to the nerdcore folk. I don't know. I mean, most of the NPC people are just great. Samus, Kadesh Flow, NuRen, One Up, Oh My, or Ohm One. I would say Oh My, I guess. Who else? Who else? There are a bunch of them. But like NPC is just a really good group. High production. Like Artemis, I think, is also in that group. Tech Force might be. Ground Droids is quite powerful. I really like. I don't know. I like, of course, a lot. I like Ashida a lot. He's really good, and in Ekaj, his counterpart, those guys are good. Of course, Robot Rob. Ben Briggs is pretty nerdcore, but that's kind of like edging in the domain of VGM in general. I don't know. I know I'm going way over 5. That's for sure. Where have I heard this song? More than 5. I don't know. It like does like I just have to kind of get into the domain of who counts, and I don't know if I follow them super closely as much as I'm aware and listen to new tracks as they come along. Merge vertices. What? Why can't I see my manipulator tool? So I like this shape opposed to the regular cylinder. This thing is built around this kind of weird cylinder we started with. I think it's some kind of box. You know, for no particular. It has an interesting look to it. It's got good edges. So anyway, that part goes in. This part kind of comes around. I maybe want this guy to be a little bit more rounded. Oh, I really like Adam Celine a lot these days, and like Mikhail Kale. Like that's a really good combination. They're just, there's so many types. I don't think there are enough rock bands in the hip hop group. That makes a lot of sense, but people seem to really dig Front a lot. It's tracks like this that I have a hard time with. I'm gonna skip that live because I didn't get any complaints. It's also just slightly distracting. VR6. With this mouse. If you ever see me slowing down, it's because I'm battling against this mouse. What? How's VR different when it comes to building assets? You want to optimize early and often. I want to test this in VR as soon as possible, so I'm kind of building it up to how I think I'll be able to see the detail. And like without maps, I can see. Oh my goodness! Without any textures on this thing, I can already see like shapes that I like. And I'm also, if I count all of the parts this is made out of, I think I'm in the neighborhood of. Whoa. Yeah, about 6,000 triangles when this thing is done. Which is actually really, really low and really, really good. Because I have a bunch of detail without actually having additional texture or material information yet. And that's gonna help with design. Basically, textures, like multiple textures for a material is going to cost you in VR a lot more than it does when you're not doing, when you're not basically double render buffering. Because you have to kind of pipe two textures to two different locations. So some post effects and any kind of like actual dips and things like that I want to express, I'd rather do that with a mesh and get like a basic shader effect, like a blend or type of, let's look at the material attributes and kind of see what I can do about that. So if I look at tangent space, let's give me any material. Let's start there. Shader effect shader. I don't know what that's about. Stingray PVS. Really, I just want something simple. I'm curious about this though. Alright, and so I want something that's, let's say, kind of metallic. I don't know. Alright. And so I'll take all of these guys. I'm just putting a placeholder shader onto all of these devices. What are you doing? So it's really basic shader information like this, which is just a basic, physical based rendering material. a lot of what I'm modeling in pops out, and I think that'll come a lot closer to, maybe I'll have an emissive map, maybe I'll have a specular map, probably have a specular map, and a color map, and that's kind of it. Because I don't think I can afford lots of these guys that are normal maps. Turning on this shader will give us a view as to how this tessellation is actually not working for us. For this guy, we can go through and just kind of normalize our angles. These faces. I need to paint select you guys. Why aren't you listening to me? I want to soften this edge. And we're going to do things like that, which actually will... whoa. Which will transfer over... G? Can I see that? Is it really that rigid? It's possible that I did that on purpose as well. But just to clean up these normals. Did we talk about normals, chat? I don't know. I don't have to chat. There's a battle of the mouse and listen to all of these wonderful noises. And how are we gonna do? I need to talk to Zero Transform about doing the mixed VR, a mixed reality stream. How to do that? What kind of motion detection type thing we would need? I know we can actually go out and acquire. Sorry, when country style music comes on, I just get all kind of lost. Anyway, we can acquire a tracking like marker that we might be able to just attach to a camcorder and call that. Although that would lose us a person. Maybe we can like attach it to like a, I don't know, head camera. That seems a little bit redundant. You ain't gotta see me standing around in space, you just gotta see the space. No, that's the wrong button. I hurt in ways I cannot describe. I refuse to answer your questions, Flippy Monkey. Sorry, I'm trying to focus. I would close down chat, but or close chat in front of me. Alright, but it's things like this that I want to pretty much normalize. Excellent. Is this MC1? Is this the end of the tape? You guys get this thing. MC117.bandcamp.com. Rhymes Against Humanity. That was very satisfying. I'm gonna follow this guy. He's up there in the northwest. Who is next? Compilation. I don't think I'm even close to this. Submit one track, volume 1, artist name, December 3rd. I don't even know what the I don't know. Maybe to put some track into that. Let's do that. Do we have more? Magfest went up announced. That was ages ago. These are like the big community posts. Hello, this is Dog. This looks like Shafir, the Dark Lord, and someone else. I don't know. Maybe both of them they are Shafir. Let's see, who is the Scythe Saga? Oh, nice. Featuring Amplitude Problem, a guest that we have actually had here on Small Window. Let's listen to The Living Dead. Check it out at scythesaga.bandcamp.com. I have no idea what this is gonna. It looks like this Bandcamp compilations. They're actually a theory that I have about this. Let's get spooky with synthesizers. Oh man, I do not like that. I like this. Aha! There we go. And that's just gonna keep on happening if you don't pay attention to your edges. That's clean. It looks like it's made out of parts. It's perfect. And that looks kind of cool as well. This, I don't mind that either. It's not super cool, but it's regular cool. This is a different kind of nightmare. Oh, not that. Is that just an option here? Can I do that? No, I can't. Oh wait, no, I can do it this way. Soften edge. There we go. Soften. I'm just gonna modify, because that's how you get, you know, a smooth surface out of what's really only two planes, turning seriously this angle into what appears to be a bowl. That is important. As we go on a mission to talk to ourselves for at least 2 hours. Hey, it's Jake.
Hey, what up?
Oh man, that's weird. That's right. House rules are always on. I'm gonna get pooped on. I'm gonna get pooed on. I'm gonna get spit on and peed on. Do not condone the filming of animal abuse. He's your dog. They're just zooming in on me because they like me. I know. How you get all that detail out of no faces. That's exactly how you do it. So now I have normal information. You know, just everyday information. Actually, it's not just normal information, and I think, you know, with all of that dating advice that you seek, check out the best clips from this channel. I haven't. I think there was an interpretive dance on this show a little ways back. But I'm still just kind of keeping an eye out for edges that bug me and working from there. Like this kind of clear division, is that better? It's alright. Not better, not worse. It's off here. Oh my goodness, what did I do? Alright. Going too fast there. I just feel gross, you know what I mean? I got that sick feeling. The sick feeling of a grossman. What am I looking for? You, to you. It's a gross feeling. It's a headache, really. I don't know. Is that justice being served hot onto a carpet? I think it is. It's pretty sick music. Maybe it's the songs. Maybe it's the unnerving nature of these spooky synth tracks. This rockin', rollin' music. Look at that definition. Alright. See, this doesn't look very good though, right? Right. And I don't know, by good I mean like plausible, you know? Like, I don't like this edge very much. Oh, it hurts so bad. Soften your way into the future. That's much better. Alright. I'm nuts about those bolts. So you can see I have a bunch of scrap kind of kicking it in this project. That I used to kind of slap these extra pieces together. Do I want a whole thing? Do I want a partial thing? The options are there. Truly yours. Yours truly. Oh, look at that. Do you see it? The face that started this whole mess. Just do the same thing here. Just to be sure. Wish I knew a thing or two about industrial design. I think that looks pretty good. These guys in here also are kind of weird. Like, I do want the hard edge on the top, but I want a soft face in the middle. Type of thing. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like you. What am I supposed to do about this? You are just too intense. Learn this now. Harden edge will separate that line, right? See this? The shadow goes away. What we are doing is adjusting the normal angle of these faces so that they too may experience the luster of the approaching imaginary sun. I swear I'm gonna finish this game. There's gotta be a way to do it. Come hell or high darn water, I will do it. I will walk forward, 1 foot at a time, on the path of butt kicking. I've 3D modeled stuff before. How hard can this be? We're all devs here, right? You can just dev it right up. It's too dramatic for an office desk. Soften edges. Now let's have a look at how you look. Oh yeah, milled out of town. So once we are working on that kind of detail, I kind of want to avoid doing these automatic smoothing operations from here on out and kind of manually make sure I do things like that. Like, you are all one smooth edge. That looks good, looks good, looks good, looks good. Well, you're not connected. And we so continue to run the highlight around the outside of this mesh. Can we make it the whole way there? It looks like that is the hard edge. No, we have been interrupted. Continuing now on our path of destruction. There is one more. Meow, meow. Lovely, beautiful, perfect, stellar, unbelievable, normal mapology. That actually looks real. It's incredible. It looks real incredible. Alright. Living Dead. I've never seen it. Probably.
I'm just being honest. I just made Robbie cry. I look forward to doing more music shows, I think.
Hey, it's Lord Nightmare. I have a borrowed OSVR 1, but no computer powerful enough to use it reliably. Lord Nightmare, I'm sorry if you commented on this ages ago and I'm just now noticing this, or if you are doing some other kind of time distortion. What is OSVR? Google, help me out. Oh, interesting. Single phase transformers, yeah. What? Sweet. You can buy Russian Razor's Answers to the Rift. Oh, I see, I see. Okay. Here we are, this guy. Yar, I wonder, Is it compatible perhaps with OpenVR? Like if you hook it up to the Steam, will detect for you, maybe also allow you to run the tutorial setup, I would say. But yes. Okay. Yeah, okay. You said it less than a minute ago. Good, I'm not completely blind to the chat. That's good. Man, I just get that, he's that feeling. Just that, oh, it's VR. I do feel pretty good. This doesn't seem to work for me anymore, does it? Okay. I think Steam VR is the way. Like they have the right idea. That looks neat. Hey, it's Tukok. Thank you. I like my glasses too. I'm slowly fading in, like I am on some kind of strange drug. These are my fashion statement, and also apparently the adult industry's fashion statement of last year. Knockoff Ray-Bans for your everyday needs. I wear these knockoff sunglasses because, as you might be able to tell, I'm staring at a light bulb with a light bulb below it. Right here, if you can look at the reflection in the larger image of my glasses, there's this light bulb below, and then there's the screen upon which I'm working, and then in order to illuminate the green screen behind me. Yes, that's what this is. Oh, it is you! We need a lot of light. Did you know that wearing 3D glasses while doing 3D modeling makes you work 30% faster? 30%, you say? I've never tried this. We have to find a means to do so. I imagine that would be either we need a 3D TV with some kind of shutter lenses, shutter frames, or we put on some strange, LR like chroma display mode that will look really weird to you guys, but we can all watch it in classic 3D. I do not have the technology necessary to let's smooth this guy out. I don't have the technology necessary to do like the IPS. Ghost cam is cool. Oh yes. Kind of goes with the music. I mean, it's not an OBS setting. I'm sure you can pull it off if you have. Once you have a transparent layer. I can't stop stopping you. Oh, I'm just gonna freely yawn. I fear nothing. It's hard on this edge. Alright. Definition. Took, how is your game coming? I haven't seen many updates on it recently. I may or may not have heard about things about the game that I can't say anything about, or I don't know if there's any agreement there or whatever. But I'm curious about how it goes. Oh, there we go. It's beautiful. That's not beautiful. Everything else in this model is absolutely gorgeous, but you had to ruin it. What is your problem? Soften edge. We're going all the way to the edge. Like, why can't I get that same loving response? All I want. It does look kind of milled. It looks kind of weird. But that's not what we need. I wonder how like a CNC machine would handle these. Ooh, wait a minute. It looks like these are just in set. This face. Oh, this mouse is driving me nuts. It's going to be amazing. I'm painting an SFV Dark Souls art competition. Oh, alright. Darkstalkers. The original air combo. I don't know if that's true, but it sounds so good. It's the ultimate low-calorie lunch, the air combo. Looks like there's a face inside of this face. I just can't really get... Yeah, look at that. That's called... What the heck is that? Explain yourself. And so we tried to explain ourselves. We looked upward at the stars and screamed. I have to practice my beat poetry for future episodes of House Rules. It's not really beat poetry, it's more like improvised rambling. Poetry says something about a plan. Poetry suggests thoughtful execution of language. To not be misinterpreted. Or at least more accurately interpreted than free forms of... Whoa. It's gonna be like the... Yeah, I hurt so much. Guys, don't compute all day. You'll get the claw. Which with Ghost Cam is very creepy. Don't compute. If you are gonna compute, stand up and shout, as Robert Zilla has often said. I still don't think I understand what he's talking about, but hey, there we go. Focus, just focus. Why can't I? There we go. I just want these faces. I feel. Not those faces, these faces. The you behind you. I think that's a Monty Python joke. I want to do small windows sometime. Think about... I don't know. I feel like Garion brings the crowd in. What is all this? Is this amplitude problem? John of the Shred, what? Here's Amplitude Problem. He's coming up. Now let's skip to him. Is he on here more than once? Oh, this is Gangster. These guys are so gangster. I had to learn the hard way that they weren't brothers. Because I'm a dumbass. This is great. Ugh, damn it. Check that out. I want to... Guys, send them your money. Oh, remix. Oh. Stop. I'm gonna show you how to buy music on the internet. This is dope. No. What you do is you click on my password and then you're good. Oh man, I have a bank account. This is really good. Just take my money. Do you have songs on Bandcamp? Do you want to take my money too? Let me know in the chat. Unless you're Team Ad40, whose Bandcamp was suspiciously compromised as of late. The suspect is still on the loose. If you see somebody running around with a tiger avatar that clearly doesn't belong to him and some pretty brutal synthesizer music, American as it gets, call the authorities at your earliest convenience. Or immediately. I mean, I hear he's on the case. He'll probably be alright. But that sucks. Just soften. You know what I mean? I think that might work out. Let's go back to that shaded view. Did I get that kind of flatness at least? It's pretty close. It at least looks like that's molding error or something, like a you know, a replaceable part instead of geometry. Like that just drives me nuts. This is what I came in here to battle. I came in here to battle these things. We came in here swinging and fighting and swinging and fighting and killing. Fighting at arm's length. Really, anything that's creative adventure endeavor is a reflection of whatever your existence happens to be. How do you reconvey your experience into a work of art? This is the challenge. And so I'm gonna, for a minute, you know, I think, sound like, what's the guy's name? Dan Carlin. Dan Carlin's Hardcore History. I've been listening to that a lot lately. As a change of pace from my normal philosophical consumption of game industry best practices from the front lines and otherwise video game garbage news. I'm just excited to be excited. I'm happy to just make it to the party. Let's get the rest of this shave done. My head is spinning. I wonder if that's Couchbot who's greeting everybody. No, it doesn't. Because the spelling is inconsistent. Yep. girl. So the bottom part, I can't describe. There should be some sort of nice way to describe uncomfortable pants. And it's not because of the music this time. Just sitting here just is not great for me. I might need to stand for a minute. Yeah, it's been, I don't know how long are we live for. Let me check my dude. I've been up for an hour and 15. 8 people hanging, 133 people accidentally tripping through. Yeah, let me stand up for a good 10. I think it's been a little bit over an hour and change, and I'll see you right here on Power Block in just a minute. Thanks, Monkey Knights. I'm totally cool. Are you totally cool? Let's be cool together. We're listening to some synthwave from this fantastic collection. Let me turn it just down slightly, because I don't know exactly what the audio levels are. I need to reclip my microphone, as I had just returned from a short break. Welcome back to the stream. It's Power Block. My name's Ben. I'm also known as Angry Crow in the chat. Tag me. We got a couple of regulars up in here. We got Mr. Tomo playing Warframe, which is actually a pretty cool game. I don't know if he's actually playing it. Let me have a look at the name of this collection. If you like these tunes, check out scythesaga.bandcamp.com. The album is Hear the Living Dead. I think it is a tribute album to the Living Dead. Let's see. Digital download. Tell me more. There we go. Get a promo code for End of Days, which is another selection. Retro synthwave compilation featuring 32 dark cinematic tracks. This diverse collection of songs is a tribute to all things zombie, from cultural behemoth, The Walking Dead, all the way back to the film that started it all, Night of the Living Dead. What I want to know is, where do you get pancakes on the Night of the Living Dead? I picked this up from our, look at that, Amplitude Problem and Max James engineered this thing. They are way too good. They were guests on a Small Window, previous episode that you may have seen, toward the end of last season. We're going to get that show going again soon. But, do go to this wonderful URL if you would like to support this wonderful work. I just paid $10 for one of these tracks by Amplitude Problem that I would play again. I mean, check this out. If you didn't hear it. Oh, and Max James just played? That explains a lot. That's what brings me back. Let's listen to that. Listen to these guys. Max James and Amplitude Problem. Two of the nicest nerds I've come to know recently. We're here on Twitch. We upload stuff to YouTube. We have a robot. If you hit, I think, !help, you'll see this bot. This bot is on the spot. I just wanted to come in here and look at my pretty face and copy and paste my information into the chat. Do not tip. You might want to donate on Patreon. That's your thing. I really like our chat. I really love our patrons. They're super great. I really need to start shouting them out more often, because they don't get enough credit. I have a lot of good time talking with them, learning about new facets of creative endeavors. It's just so overwhelming. We did hear our Dogboy track. Don't follow me on SoundCloud because you want to. Do it because you have to. I just duplicated this end here to kind of block out. If I go to my channel editor here, this guy, I want 180 degrees, flip over. Alright, I'm going into ghost mode once again. It's our new technology, taking us all the way into the ghost zone. Thank you for the lovely compliments on sunglasses. I am collecting knockoff Ray-Bans. You can send them to Mint Potion. I can find them somewhere here. Just trying to get those ergonomics right, you know? Oof. I should do a whole session on like how to not destroy your body while computing. Even though I'm clearly not the model of that, I think maybe attempting to spread the knowledge will incite better habits in my existence. So there's this knob part at the end, this guy, right, who's a bit smaller. And relates in some way to this guy over here, which I think maybe, let's see, in the image that we are using as a reference, there are like these kind of these off-axis zones. Because if you zoom in, if I zoom in, I can show you kind of just these last couple bits of detail that we're looking at. We have like this welding end looking type of hypodermic shaped needle thing, which we're going to finish up our model with, but that thing only seems to rotate upon one axis, which is fine by me. I think what I might do in order to round that out is pull up this vertex and just insert edge loops accordingly to kind of average out this guy. Oof. I'm doing the uncomfortable dance. Alright, that's not gonna work. Let's find another way. And the reason why this isn't working is because of how these edges are actually collapsed. That's fine. You obey me. Technology, listen to my every whim. Let's delete this guy. And by this guy, I mean all guys. Delete the men. What you will then find is even more faces. A challenge, I'm sure. I do want to eliminate these faces, and I will do so by selecting that and deselecting these. Now will leave me with those faces which are now eliminated. I will take these edges quite seriously. The edges, I just want the rim of, and I will select that in a similar fashion. By deselecting the outside, I can extrude the edge inward. This creates an edge loop. Edge loop is very important. Most important shape ever made is edge loop. This is serious. And I'll probably aim for a 45-ish degree angle. That's not particularly important at the moment. I feel like a weird pilot. If I press shift, I can get a little bit more definition in that subdivision, which is actually pretty useful, as you can see. I will go to edge loop, and I will soften this edge to create this bevel that we are looking for, this lovely looking something. I can collapse these edges down. Why not? To the other end, we have a different type of face. We are reducing the number of edges as we move toward the end of this model, which is, interestingly enough, I'm starting and ending with. Kind of bringing techniques that I've regained back through the ages toward the end of an era, the end of an operation. The needle has a certain length, but with fewer vertexes, I am able to get this needle point finely adjusted. I would love to rotate this pretty plainly. It does skew our mesh considerably. Oh, but if we believe in ourselves, if we believe in the dream, we can reach the goals of our ancestors. That is unacceptable. I think maybe this would be better. If I take, oh goodness, faces and zoom them out. finish up our applicator, I will do the same thing. Yet again, with the movement of faces. Whoa, hold on. You will be moved globally, outward. And maybe as a finishing touch, I just cannot speak today. I don't think I'm mumbling as much as I normally do. Please let me know if my jabbering is too distracting for your workflow. That may be the case. It's going alright. How are you? Okay. That looks pretty good. That looks like an applicator of some sort.
Applicator of some sort.
Yes, you would agree, maybe? I think, if anything, I would move this row upward. Oh, it's just the impression that this mouse is working, really. I can do the impression of a working mouse as well. That looks great. Maybe we will want to make adjustments to these guys to get a smoother normal interpolation from point A to point C. And once again, I wish we could listen to Curtis Blow or Blowfly right now. We'll do the same thing here. We're softening these edges so that in object mode I may preserve something that looks reasonable.
It looks kind of crazy to me.
Let's just set the normal angle on this guy to the same thing. Apply and close. That'll help a bit. I mean, I guess maybe face. No, let's do edge. Let's switch this over to edge. I want to soften all of these pipe edges so that I have these sectioned zones so carefully separated, as you can see here in this image. There we go. That looks pretty darn good. And maybe to take it just a bit over the edge. This is not something that robots do. It's not about doing so much as tending toward having a bias on this finer arm in order to kind of go around corners or reach those hard to poke places. So I have that guy done. I do want you to be a bit taller. There are plenty of ways to go about this. As you can tell, my transformation tools are like upside down oftentimes. That's not cool. I'm gonna do the same thing I did at the beginning of this whole thing and freeze transformations. That way, that kind of behaves the way I expect. And there's just this one little joint is the name of the layer, that I'm just gonna put right there. That guy. What the heck? Can I change colors to something a little bit more? Yeah. Without even looking at the tools. That's it. That's left. That's it. That's all. Shout out to Lane Pavogi. Whoop. Alright. Actually, I do want to hang out with that guy. I haven't seen him in a dog's age. But I remember, especially if you were there in my darkest days. Why wouldn't I? I think in order to achieve this type of curve on the other end that we were going to socket into the above parts, I'll do the same thing of eliminating these cap faces and extruding out something resembling the curve that I seek. Same verse the second time, selecting all of those. We'll select through into the bottom. We can delete. I can edge, select the same way there's a lot of, if I may use the term, bullshit about edge-focused modeling or vertex or face, whatever focused modeling. The way that you perceive a mesh is your own. But my intention is they're all types of vertex modeling. We're all moving points around to change the orientation of these many faces. Let's have a look. Let's make a deal. I think if I have a single vertex, right, I can select one point that's, an XYZ coordinate in space. You can't really scale a single vertex. Good luck trying. Now, if I were to select an edge, that means that I would be selecting two vertices. If I'm selecting a face, then I'm going to be selecting between 3 and n number of verts, and even fewer edges, or equal or fewer. And it's just the manipulation of those things to keep in mind. Very slow going at first, but as we proceed, we will pick up speed and gather the dust off of our shoes and go out and beat up. I have to undo my edge collapse. There we go, this part. Because at this point I'm losing my edge ring. And that sucks. I like edge rings, because they allow me to do really cool things like insert additional edge rings. It will average between those 2 points here, and here. No, maybe here? To create more of a round that I seek. That's lovely. That looks like this. This is what it's all about. I need maybe a bolt or something like that. I know I have a couple of those things kicking around in my scene, like this guy. That's pretty cool. Yeah, you. It's a little bit too much for what I need. I really might want to run this through that, or just have that as a texture. This, that, or the other. It's not really a big issue. I think maybe we will duplicate this little arrangement here. We'll leave it in place for reference, and we will do some booleaning again, which will, of course, lead to cleanup, as these things often do. Channel editor, 90 degrees. I'm going to move you right to where I want you, and no sooner than I ask is the task relatively close to completion. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. I'm replacing you. Like, this is not really deep enough. Look, I'm missing a vert. I'm missing a vert. Kind of am. I never see that guy anymore, Well, I sometimes see that guy. Around the building. You might recognize him from shows such as Power Block, and games such as Super Switch Force, Mighty Switch Force, Double Switch Monkey. I'm gonna cut evenly into this guy. Trying not to distort it too much, with the idea of being A-B difference. Look at that beautiful mesh labor of love. And I don't have to make too many adjustments to get this kind of where I want it to be topo-wise. Like here I have what's called an illegal 5-sided face. Forget that nonsense. I've said it once and I'll say it again. Insert edge loops. Awesome. Now I know I have this type of components. I can connect both of those things too. But before we go there...
Gosh, why am I so uncomfortable? I'm going to target where vertices together.
because we're going to do this a lot more. As you can see, there are some strays about the place. some striations. Not to be confused with North Korean refugees. Thank you, thank you. Alright, that looks good. I want to visit Australia. That's it. That's weird. You would think there'd be more of an inside to the inside of this thing. Go figure. I would much prefer. It just feels wrong. It just feels wrong. I'd much prefer this type of face. I mean, this is technically legal. That looks better to me. It looks like a mask. It looks like a helmet or a face of some sort. We are going to have issues drawing lines right across this space here. And that will basically eliminate the need to make too many extra lines on the edge of this mesh. I don't know that this album reminds me very much of zombies, but I like it. Don't really like zombies. Personally, not a zombie guy. Not in the least. Hello. Voldaway. Who's hanging out with us today? Oh, we have a slightly larger number. That's nice. What is going on? Who's typing? What kind of magic is this? It's possible that we're just in the wrong... This is the wrong day of the week. Hey, did you know Deacon Fatal is supposed to come by at some time today? You guys check out what Deacon Fatal has been up to? Man. Why do I have all these chat windows? I just got these wrist aches going on right now. You can tell that I'm losing my mind. I feel weird about these two. Oh, connect. What am I doing? Not connect. The other thing where you weld these guys to that guy. Just get rid of those weird faces, my friends. You are not connected to nothing. Connect components. And you see here that we've created a brand new structure that is pretty well symmetrical with the power. I can attempt to tell a bad story, but I'd rather live out a good one. Think about it. So we're straightening up here. I'm basically looking for these angles to be about the this type of zone, this domain right here. And then I will continue to subtract from my selection in order to, as best I can, evenly scale the separation of these faces downward to represent the outer hinges of this knee type socket joint thing. I say this with the utmost class. Maybe I will want a subdivision on the inside of this thing Time will tell. I'll tell you that we will do a pass of smoothing groups. But really rapidly, let's substitute. Mesh display, set normal angle, okay. Thank you for playing. So let's say, I got this guy. And this guy gonna fit right here inside it. Just like a bathroom rally. Alright. I am not that type. Oh, that's why this didn't happen. You haven't opened. Wait a minute. This has nothing to do with that. Fair. Or it just could be the intersection. Who can say? Who can say for sure what the problem was? Let's just loop with me. That is only slightly concerning. Let's maybe collapse like this, merge border edges. It's going to start asking me about where my family is. That's fine. I will tell it what I always say. That's none of your damn business. Ah, goodness. Let's turn that down. I just want that edge. I just want that definition. I find that a bit more interesting than the alternative, which is the undefined. Alright. Followed here by this guy. Hey. Which now I think would do well to be closed. Just like a unprofessional nudist. And that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna bridge one side to the other and deal with the consequences.
Oh no! Invalid selection! This is impossible!
Just, ugh. You ever get that gross feeling like what's the opposite of like a celiac? Like where, you know, when you eat things that are gluten-free or non-dairy, you just feel worse. Like, do these different quinoa advocates ever consider that? What if your food is hurting me? What if my uncle is a soybean? Think about it. That doesn't seem right. That seems right. That was the wrong number. Bridge. There we go. We're almost there. This kind of reminds me of some weird, like, Samus Vaporwaves or Vapor Core type wave. Oh, hey, that didn't work at all. I guess there are more edges here than I thought. Hot dog. Oh, but in this case, I can actually do one subdivision. And that will actually help me out a lot. So let's do the same thing here. And then fix that. Because there is an extra face in there. You know what I'm saying? You feel it? You see it? Do you see it? Right here, there's this guy. And he should line up with that guy. And they're really not that far apart. Really, you just gotta switch back over to vertex mode. We're gonna keep this this theme, you know, bringing the outward in. So we're gonna do that. Target weld. You plow. You plow. You player. You will listen when I attempt to operate your toolset. Thank you. And you. Hey, alright. Look, we kind of have something that resembles a pretty decent machining. Yeah. Wouldn't you love to get this stuff printed out for real in real 3D? Doesn't this music sound like some strange payday loans type advertisement? Is your car impounded? Aladdin bail bonds. No credit, no problem. We'll get you out faster than you can say I'm innocent. I'm gonna do that apply and close type of thing again, get my curve back.
And the way that works is this angle right here between these 2 points. If you look at it this way, oh, I can actually kind of move my hand. This angle right there is above the threshold of 30 degrees.
And so it creates a hard edge. And everything that falls below that threshold gets all sparkly and creates a soft edge. It's beautiful. What else do you need to know? I actually don't need to put much more into there. I think that's darn close to the goal I am seeking. One thing I will concede is that I do not have enough definition to actually place something into this hole. We are going to insert edge loops. You know what I'm saying? Edit edge flow. I want to try that tool out. That seems like a useful thing to do. But our geometry is just so darn clean that we can just do that. We can draw a new edge that goes through the whole thing with relative ease, as the Donkey Kong fans in the audience might be familiar with. I like to see through objects sometimes, because if I did have a superpower, it would be to see through objects sometimes. And so I like to do that whenever I get the chance. I do want to disconnect those guys from our selection. These 2 little dudes, they will not exactly cause us problems in the future. What I am attempting to do, whoa, hey, wrong dimension, is put a little bit of a knuckle into that buckle. That way, we can actually rotate and kind of pivot this dude around inside of this socket without much. Whoa, I've messed that up right there. That's, what am I selecting? What is this? So, there you are. There you have it. Into the socket of dreams, I will move my pivot point to demonstrate the effectiveness of the socket maneuver, yes. I know. I still haven't made the team. Are these edges just locked or something like that? Did I break the rule? No, I defined the rule that breaks the legs of my opponents. If you were a professional football team, would you eat it? What? I wonder if maybe splitting or beveling this edge would make me feel better? These are the questions that I have for the audience. I don't think that is necessary at the moment. I think this might be all I need to take over the Negaverse. That's amazing. Whoa, look at this technology. I think we're done. If I'm not mistaken. If my head's not misshapen. if I look like my teeth are made of snakeskin. That's average. I think maybe we can do slightly better in terms of proportions. Let's get that guy in there, and then get this guy out of there, and scale it up just ever so slightly. Maybe it would be necessary, if not pleasant, to kind of super scale, get to where it fills that volume in a good way, and then kind of pinch it in. Because like the roundness of that actual guy is not super important. I reckon it is more about the approach to which we seek the final levels of power. Okay, so now my duplicates are starting to get on my nerves. That's fine, because they're out of here. You are all out of here. As a matter of fact, whoa, look at that. Oh, they're so, wow, this is incredible. Oh, look, I'll never catch you. Hey, come back, man. Alright, let's add these guys to the layer that I have of hidden objects. There's all kinds of things. I can't even select you. I want to be on that layer. Template rendering layer. So I'm going to add selected objects to this layer. Plow. They're all going to become templated objects. Except for whatever this is about. I don't know. Is it you? You and you? Get over there as well. Add selected objects. So now I have my template layer, which makes the scene look super high-tech and cool because there are wireframes everywhere. Wow. But I have now... Gosh, and what a road this journey has taken us through to actually make a pretty smooth looking item. Let's get that shader back on. This kind of music is really good for 3D modeling because it makes your stuff look better than it actually is. I do not hate that one bit. I mean, maybe if I was feeling stupid, I would do like this kind of thing, like, you know, move this thing over or something, this gear I have fashioned at the edge. Not particularly interested in that process right now. I don't think it adds very much to the equation, but I'm definitely comfortable in the appearance of most of this apparatus. We can move on to the future of rigging, where we will do such things as constrain that motion so that it does beautiful things. I think I actually turned it against the socket that I cut for it. That's that's cute. Yeah, there we go. See how we have the space in the back, and we can like put some sort of like metallic nugget type thing maybe through that or whatever. The idea is that this sort of appears to be working. It looks real. It is real. It isn't just a list of numbers that somehow are configured to make a series of faces. No! This is something more. This looks great. We should take a photo. How do you render in Maya? That's a great question that no one asks. Because we're going to be rendering in Unreal. But maybe if I press the render button, I'll feel slightly better about myself. Art is so selfish in that way. Shading. Man, where's just the rendering button? Rigging animation... I guess... No. The general menu? Is it you? Baking preview image. That wastes my time. Like, you can't render. You can't render in Maya. It used to be like F9 or something in Max. I don't know if they still do that. Vertex selection is now on. Seriously? So, no. Object mode. I mean, if I click that, it does nothing. This I know. Do I need like a camera? I don't remember this being so complicated. Maybe I can view more. Shelf tabs, that's useful, sort of. Well, do I have other shelves? Yeah, sure. Rename. Shelf contents. No, I will not make adjustments to those shelves at the moment. See, this is face normals. Oh, this is cool. This is what I was talking about with regards to the angles that make up our curvature. These guys. Face normals. They're beautiful. Face normals, the positive upward direction of what our organized little dude looks for. Windows. I mean, we could always use help. Help in Maya is kind of neat. Can I just do this? Display, heads up display, viewport renderer. Sure. It looks like it's this window. It tells me what it's actually. That's not what I want, man. What's new? Make me a picture. Hey, by the way. How's life? Oh, Tom Warber. I'm just trying to not idle. I feel like if I just sat here and was quiet and we listened to music and I kind of stumbled through this mindlessly, I wouldn't feel so insecure? Secure? Kind of in that middle line. Two more bruh. The music is kind of having an effect. It's kind of a weird, not a completely comfortable situation for sitting and demonstrating. Not how I would normally be doing this type of work, but you know, I do want to demonstrate the progress of this project. Call you Tomb, claro. Lighting and shading is where that normally shows up. Most streamers go full-on idle mode, so why don't I don't know what almost all streamers do. I don't watch a terrible amount of Twitch, and the ones that I am engaged with are pretty engaging. Life is alright, I suppose. There are a lot of things outside of organizing a bunch of virtual points that, of course, I'm thinking about. I think that is the cost of independence. But I want to be available. I want to be available for helping. That's kind of how I got into this whole mess, into this situation. But, I mean, please, share with me your information and knowledge and experience about Twitch. We're trying to get there. I mean, I come from the YouTube environment, I guess? Just production in general. I really want to show people how I did some of the stuff I was working on. Oh, I see. It's probably more productive to kind of forget that all of this is going on and just get into the working mode. I definitely do want to practice speaking on camera, which is something that I was new to like a year ago, and I've kind of overcome that. Also, as you might have noticed, if you weren't here at the beginning of the stream, but we have like this crazy light. Our studio has a bunch of different little stages for streaming, and this one is very well lit. That's why I wear sunglasses. I don't just wear these knockoff Ray-Bans to look cool. Maybe I also take opportunities to try bad, I guess this would be sit-down comedy. Just wage the war of the pun existence. Because it's like with mixing music as well. Composing, you can kind of fall away through. You can't talk over. But I want to just smooth over the less interesting parts of this pretty detailed operation and be present for anyone who dare ask a question. Thank you. I think I look cool with sunglasses too. Let's see. But I'm actually just about done with this mesh. Welcome to Power Block. My name's Ben. You can find me in the chat and other places on the internet as Angry Crow. You're watching Mint Potion on Twitch. We're a collective of professional creatives who have a bunch of projects to do and want to show you kind of how we do those things and more. We have educational content as well as just nice musical production stuff. Our founders, our house masters are Robert Altschuler and Jake Kaufman, who both produced and composed respectively the B3 album that was released from, I believe, that one video gamer, the Completionist channel, and that network of YouTubers down there in Torrance. Not to mention, I mean, Jake has worked on countless games. Ravi has worked on several albums and other VO operations and screenshots and whatnots. He has since learned some video editing. He did the graphic design for our site, or not our site, for our stream. You can see I'm sitting in some kind of weird robotic arm chair, which looks kind of cool. I feel sort of like an anime admiral. This is done. Did I save it? I totally did. Let's export this guy. And I am super blessed to be working with such fantastic individuals. Just very creative, understanding, folks. Give me the opportunity to learn new things and also share with them and with you some of the crazy stuff that I know and I've done. And I'm a generalist in not necessarily the purest sense, and generally I do two things. I make games and music. So we can definitely get into that process. I was doing a series for a while on this channel about learning FamiTracker, which is the software that Jake uses for making the music for Shovel Knight. And I believe he just finished the soundtrack for the new Spectre of Torment expansion for Shovel Knight, which is super cool. Check it out. Yacht Club Games are really nice dudes. And I really like, after seeing that project take place and kind of witnessing the processes and the different people coming in and out of here to, demonstrate this is where the sound needs to go and this is how we're going to direct that portion of the game. The love that team has for that project, it shows, and I want to kind of bring, I want to inherit some of that and share it in Mint Potion and have all of that happen. The music that you were listening to is not from Bandcamp. I mean, yes, it is from Bandcamp. We are halfway through, it appears. No, 2/3 of the way through. This link in what I had it up in chat a minute ago. But scythesaga.bandcamp.com. Hear the Living Dead is the album. There's a bunch of synthwave by various artists, mixed by Amplitude Problem and Max James. These are the several artists, including Amplitude Problem and Max James, who were previously guests on Small Window, our flagship show, which is a ridiculous variety of music and interviews and gaming. And in that whole mess, during the course of 6 hours, we produce a song from scratch. We have no idea what we're doing going into it, although that is subject to change. We do have a concept that we would like to try and execute in the following spring season of the show. To make the best thing that we can in a flash, and you guys get to watch the whole thing happen, and holy crap. Steam, I've never done a Steam refund, but hopefully you can buy Shovel Knight. Do it soon. I think they're starting to sell it in separate parts, and if you bought the full game before they had split up the campaigns, you would still get those campaigns, but now for a cheaper price, you can get just the campaigns you're interested in. If you're more of a Plague Knight guy, and maybe not so much a Shovel Knight guy, I get that. I'm here for you. Robbie, what do you think of my fantastic machine?
Looks amazing, dude.
Thank you.
It's really good.
I'm just calling out Robbie. I just gave him all the love in the world. I told him I was going to put him on blast. I lied. I know that guy. I guess we're all showing up today at the studio. It's almost 4. Let me export this guy as finished. I need to basically send it to Unwrap, so I'm going to export my selection. Select this guy. We're going to send you, plow, to a folder inside of this project. These are assets. I want something else, maybe a new folder inside of this project. NuRen meshes assets, export it. Let's make a folder called to Unwrap, because we're pretty much about there. And we're going to color and import basically these meshes. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. So I'm glad you don't mind my rambling or my sunglasses. I like them a lot. I have several colors of knockoff Ray-Bans. Orange, purple, white, as you can see. But I see more and more popping up at the gas stations all over the city. And so I'm tempted to throw down the $9 to get the clear ones or the bluish ones, or, you know, because they're like really cheaply made. So I don't feel bad when they like fall down or get destroyed, because I can get a new set when I go get some gas. So let's get Fab. Fab is the name of the level. Fab underscore arm. I guess single overhead, because there is another. Oh, there are other couple of types of arms. And so what we'll do is we'll export. Whoa. I want to save this as something else. No, I could save it as an XPX. That's fine. Let's do that. Hello.
Hey man, what are you working on?
I'm working on this rubbery robot arm.
Rubbery robot arm.
It's rubbery.
Rubbery. Very rubbery.
Yeah, it looks great. I'm done with it. What do you think?
That's nice. I like it.
Thank you. So.
I think it needs more like tubes.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot the tube. The tube. You totally. There's a tube. I didn't even put a friggin' tube on it. Oh man. That's annoying.
Needs tube.
We gotta put a tube. Let's do that.
Welcome to the tube.
This is not YouTube.
Oh.
It's me. It's regular tube. So I'm gonna do this really rapidly, like so.
I like how I can make it look like you're sitting on my lap.
Oh, this is weird. Okay. And I want a raise and Patreon followers.
Cool. Well, have
What?
fun. I just stopped over to say hello.
Oh, okay. Bye. That was awkward. So I'll make a curve. Curves have a start and an endish point. I'm gonna make a maneuver to here and take out a polygon of some sorts. Like, I don't know. You look pretty good. Oh, I can drag on the grid. I've enabled interactive creation mode or something like that. I'm gonna turn off caps. Or turn on caps. Oh, round cap. That's cool. It's not what I want. I want subdivision caps to be 0. That just makes it easier to select a single face. That information is still there. Think nothing of it. Look how far away that guy is. He's all the way down there. We're just going to move that up into the neighborhood. Once from 2 views, with a simple manipulation, I can get right where I want to be. If I select this guy and look at control vertices, I can see there's like these dots, right? Followed by a U, this guy, and then ending, I believe, with another letter, which I would assume is V, at the other end. If I look at control vertexes, nothing. Anyway, U, or this square over here, is going to let me know what the first point of this mesh is, which is really all the information that I need in order to make my stinking tube. I'm going to move this kind of in the neighborhood of the center of that face. I'm going to select this face. I'm going to select this curve, and I'm going to extrude the face along the path. And so that looks like garbage the first time through. But the issue is there's no divisions, is that I'm extruding that face and it's snapping right to the end, and if I keep faces together and add divisions, I will get myself a lovely tube. That's so beautiful. Maybe I want it to be less thick. We can do that. That is not the way I expected that to work. But yeah, get a little bit of fidelity in there. It doesn't really have to be super hot. 16 is a good number. It's a very gamey number. So at this point, we can do a bunch of cool stuff. Now that these two things are connected to each other in terms of their construction history, I have poly extrude face and like basically extrude along curve in so few words. I can take those curve points and I can manipulate the actual pipe itself. I think there are quite a few, if not a few too many, control vertices on this subject. I would love to get a little bit more of that kind of detail in there. And we can close it off and make super war children later. I really wish. But anyway, the whole point of this exercise is that I can, take this and move it. Woo! Right on through. And that's how you make squiggly meshes. I'm just not sure what that's really connected to. Let's go over here and kind of join your family. Remember, with 2 transformations, I can get pretty much anywhere I want. Or delete those faces. It's driving me nuts. You killing me. And I can also go back and lower that. Is there a way to change the number of CVs on this guy? Can I just delete them? Oh yeah. So it's still trying to retain that curve information, and that's why it's giving me heck. That's alright though. I respect that. When I say hip, you say, wait. Control vertex. So we're gonna move you right on over to there. Who's this? Tomb, have you attempted to experience virtual reality? at a event or at your amazing enthusiast gaming rig with all the chicken dinner trimmings. I'd maybe edit this. There we go. That's tubular. Oh man, my faces are inside out. That just won't do. I need to flip normals, bro. There you go. And one more thing. We don't have a whole bunch of extra definition, but I can do something in the neighborhood of, let's add some more edges, right? And this you've seen me do 6 million times if you were watching today's stream, because that's life. It's just an additional edge away. And that'll give, a little bit of that curve back. If I don't like how that looks, blam, it'll conform a bit more to the spline that we define this distribution of polygons with. I would like to select that edge and maybe change like a taper, if I can get in there. What is that, UV mode? Not yet. Next time on Power Block, we will get into UV mode, and we will get in the mode of UVing. But doesn't that just make everything seem super cool? When you're like, oh yeah, I can just move this over. That's nice. That didn't hurt. It didn't hurt. That's the whole point that I would like to make. I would like to go back through my history over here. This is deleting components. I want to go back through my extrude and find, where is it? Is it taper? Smoothing angle? You know what? Maybe that's not necessary. Because I don't hate that. What I will do, however, is, let's see. What if I select all of these as an edge ring? Right? So I selected every, nook around the edge there, and then I can take those and select the loops. Right, and then I can take those, and bevel them, right, and get a pretty good division. Actually, wait, maybe extruding would be better. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Can I scale it? Oh, because that'll just give it rings. Wow, how special is that? That's not really the way to go. Maybe offset edge loop? I don't know. We must try everything we can. Go back to the selection. Let's go back to the edge mode. All of those edges are still selected. 2 edge loop. I have these rings selected. Maybe I just want the contained faces. You know what I mean? And then I can do just No, I don't want that. I want a bevel. I really do. And but I want this fraction to be way out of proportion. Also, this is a type of dynamic that I think would probably be better, not done statically. We're just kind of doing it as an example. So my good friend Bennett walked in here and asked me where my hose was, which I think is cool of him. Let's make an edge ring. Let's make that selection of faces. Let's extrude the faces this time. Now we're thinking in vectors or whatever. And as an old friend of mine once said, bliggity blow. I still say that all the dang time. And few will recognize the origin of that meaningless term. But voila. I have a crazy looking, kind of distorted tube thing that I actually like, except for its whole largeness. But that's not something that I can... That's something I'm worried about, you know? Not in the business of giving a damn. Alright. I don't know, it sort of comes out of this thing and goes into that thing. That's not like the best concept ever. I wonder if this is still like a master of that thing. It appears so. And so we can continue to modify the shape of that thing because of our transform history, because of our deformer history. We can kind of mess with like these extrusions a bit and position that a bit more to represent the actual scenery. It looks like my faces have kind of collapsed, but it also appears to have normalized a bit of that extrusion weirdness that I was seeing a second ago. So hey, I'll take it. If it works, I'll buy a dozen of them. That's right, kids. Only you can prevent forest Mayas at fires. Alright, and we have to reverse faces again. This guy. There we go. And that actually looks not bad. Let's go back to shader view. Oh wow, it's black because it doesn't have a material on it. Or a material that accepts light. There aren't enough lights in the sea. I'm so tired. Okay. That's great. Let's export this again. No, it's fine. I think I'm going to actually use rope dynamics or something that has rope or cable dynamic type things in the game engine itself, but that's kind of how that will work. Sort of, kind of mesh generation between 2 points, yada yada. Here's a profile, here's a process. It's a lot of the same technology that we have in games, just comes on down the hill from existing what's it called, from the movies. You know, we all are learning from each other to make the best possible visual effects for you. Anyway, that's how that's done. Come back around to our stream sometime. I think I've been on for, let's check my clock here. I had an uptime thing a while ago. I've been on for 2.5-ish hours. I don't know. If you want me to go super nuts and move on, I mean, I can import this into my major scene and you can see all the other stupid things. I want to obviously go and clean up. Like, this is a model that I've kind of slowed my roll a bit, and actually put time into optimizing. Like, this mesh is exactly where I want it to be. This whole guy, let's deselect that, comes in at a whopping 5,609 tries, which is amazing. And we're gonna come back and unwrap and do all that kind of stuff soon enough. So let's make this invisible. And I don't know, maybe center it or something. I don't know. What do you do with this kind of information? I'm gonna group it and center the pivot and kind of get this back into a reasonable zone. Oops. It's beautiful. Somebody take a photo. That's the thing about 3D modeling. When you're done, it just looks pretty. Darn it. But I love Shovel Knight. Play it. I like Mint Potion. Hang out with us. Dang. Dang. If only I did this well in school. I wouldn't have had to sell all those drugs. Alright. You. Really, was it that bad? Was it that bad? Save as. There we go. Fab arm. And let's just put this inside of my 2 unwrap folder. And instead of arm 001, just like solid? I don't know, mesh? Are we talking about Harry Potter over there? Guys, I want to talk about Harry Potter with you. It's so pretty. I should put like a picture up on the thing. Nah, not yet. We have a way to go with this, guys. Let's open up our main scene. Which, did I put it in scenes like a smart person? I did. Fabrication plant. I have test area and I have fab factory scene test. And this has like an ancient version of that mesh. It was like a placeholder. Look at how garbage this is. Like, you know, but we started with something like this. Yeah, whatever. Let's open up another scene. This guy? Don't save this guy. Let's expand your minds. It's the same darn scene. Hold on a sec. There we go. So here we have kind of a couple of iterations. This is the two-armed one. It's also pretty well optimized. There are a couple of details in it that I still disagree with, and we do have to rig that guy up. We do have a version of this guy that is rigged up in a separate file. Here I have more scrap kind of sitting around as I was messing with proportions and parts. Here I've got a version 1, a version 2, and if I go ahead and import a version 3 into this scene, I'm going to clean that up. So that'll be inside of assets that we're going to unwrap. We'll just do that. I wish I could import as a reference. I'm sure it's possible. I know it exists. I just don't believe in anything. I just can't believe in that anymore. So let's move this guy down here. And as you can see, I need to eliminate the transform and deformer history of this guy, which basically means duplicating this mesh so it has the new construction history. Will kind of get rid of the relative, like the relationship that it has to the position of that curve. That's useful for actually moving that hole. No! That's embarrassing. And this might actually have a mesh. Yeah, see, this has a shader. That's kind of a cool way to like delineate these things. Alright. So as you can see here, in version 1, we wanted to go directly with the concept art. We have strayed from that a bit to put some kind of information on the inside there, and take other cues from the concept art and like just exaggerate and make that profile a bit more interesting till we have our final dude here, which is just great. I started to unwrap you. I have another asset in here. This guy, I believe, I also started to unwrap. Don't remember me. This is like one of the first things I was able to start and finish in a sitting. Pretty simple, but it looks good. If I turn off wireframe unshaded, you'll be able to see kind of my goal with a lot of these things. There's still a couple of details that I want to change, but pretty soon we're going to be coming to the point where this whole scene is full out, and also in our game engine, which we've done a test of already. Lovely. But thank you for following, new follower, Vez247. It's very nice to have someone's attention for a minute. I would go idle for just a bit longer. There's so much more to do in so little time, and I want to just kind of do a spot check and figure out what exactly is still missing here from this scene, which you might recognize from 3D. Let me go and unhide my background paper thing. Maybe we'll have to make polygon humanoids that glow. I definitely don't know what to do about this mess of lights and stuff over here. They just don't make any sense. But simple things like these type of particle systems and other weird applications of the same type of arm are going to be ours for the taking. I think, though, the core assets, aside from a little bit of greeble and some plates and other details that we will find in the floor, the things that you can focus on when you're at this scale or something like that are good. Sweet. Thank you for playing the Mint Potion Power Block game. My name's Ben. You've seen 2-ish hour stream of just kind of powering through a few more NuRen details. I want to come back with this tomorrow and show you how to unwrap and take things to a whole new level of flavor. Or something like that. Again, the stream was illustrated sonically by this wonderful collection here. Scythesaga.bandcamp.com. Hear the Living Dead. If you look for that, you will find it. I recommend it to anyone who has enjoyed this awkward rambling over synthwave. I definitely did. I suddenly feel a little bit better, but I still feel like I require coffee or some other type of caffeinated fluid to fight throughout the rest of the afternoon. Goodbye. One day it'll be beautiful. So let's close that. I would check whatever. Actually, let me just change the 2. Hold on. I should be on 2? Try me on 2. Oh look, I'm back. This isn't gonna work. Aha! Well, this is exciting. Welcome back. I noticed that there's a bunch of people here listening to these cool musics. Guys, purchase the album for $10 or more. Hear the Living Dead on Bandcamp. It's produced by Amplitude Problem and Max James. And a whole list of fantastic artists who are all about making your spookiest zombie song dreams come true. You might see Max James around on Twitch, on the internet. He's one of those guys who webs it up. I noticed that there's just like a bunch of people. We didn't shut our stream down because we're dumb or whatever. So if you're interested, I think I'll do like a sketch in what's called Family Tracker. This is Photoshop. So let's just move this guy down. Save it. So OC Family Tracker, or Family Tracker, or OCC Family Tracker. If you hit exclamation point OCC in the chat, you are going to get a link to Hertz Devil, which I don't know what the delay is like for you, but for me it's whatever. And I just want to kind of sketch around. I have a couple of projects lying around that we've done here already that I don't necessarily have to play back, but I definitely want to... Who's Steven? I don't know. Cool. So that seems to be working. All right. And let's make something a little bit more relaxed to kind of cool down a little bit. We are expecting ADD drumming tonight, as well as dog tracks, which I have to prepare the track for. I don't know that I would do that in this program, per se. As a matter of fact, maybe I should switch over to live and show you how I can prepare a track, how you can prepare a track for dog tracks. That's coming up in a couple hours here on Mint Potion. Thank you again for joining us. If you're lurking in chat, I don't blame you. I'm going to stand up for just a second and grab an HDMI cable and route my machine through that really quickly. So first things first, grab your cables, hold on to your butt, your cable butt, your bubble butt. And we're gonna just get a little bit of slack-a-roo over here. Where is the switch for that guy? There's a remote for our video switcher. Do you have it? Yes, that would be the one. It is about yay big. If anyone on stream sees it, let me know. The odds of you actually being able to accomplish such a feat of perception is really low, if not completely impossible. And that will mess up our ticker, but I don't mind that because I do want to make a demo. What I might be able to do is just kind of manually switch the video over. So let's do that very calmly, smoothly. I think we're coming into, is it 2? Is that what the Xbox used to be on? Or 3? This looks like 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna quickly switch you over. Pardon my blackness. Hey, here we, what? Why am I still getting that screen? Interesting. What does input 2 look like? Because I can see my... Yeah, that should be... That should be there. But I want to find a track for dog tracks tonight. I have another project that I'm working on. At the beginning of the stream, I played this. Oh, I see. That's my fault. There we go. Work!